Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Morgan and today I'm going to be telling you a trick that I'm trying this year on how to do my resolutions better. So normally you will probably notice that people choose New Year's resolutions for January 1st to complete for the entire year. And I have been one that's done that always. So I love resolutions. I love a new year. It feels like a fresh start. It's exciting. I seriously just love it. So I always pick some New Year's resolutions. Well, this year, over New Year's, we were traveling. And normally, I'll spend the week before the end of the year and I'll be writing things down and ideas and I'll be coming up with plans. But this year, it felt so different. As the new year was coming, I kept thinking of these things that I wanted to do and write down, and I couldn't because we were just traveling and I was so busy. I have 8 kids. We had 7 with us on this last trip. We were traveling for almost 3 weeks. We were sick. It was really hard. So I couldn't do what I would normally do. So I just kept putting it off. We ended up getting home around January 4th or 3rd. I don't even remember. It was such a blur. As we were driving home, I had decided, okay, well, just for January, I'm just going to come up with one thing and then I'll readdress this later. And as the month has went on, I've realized that I'm a genius pretty much, and that's the best idea I've ever had. So my January resolution was I'm going to read 3 chapters out of my Bible every day. Every single day I was going to do it. And I did. I did do it. Let me tell you a few things that happened because I was reading my Bible every day that I never actually expected to happen. So I decided to read my Bible every day, 3 chapters, because you can read through your entire Bible in a year if you read only 3 chapters. There were some days that I read more. There was one day that I actually think I missed, and so I read 4 chapters a day for the next few days. I don't count Proverbs, so I read a chapter of Proverbs to my kids every day at lunch. That doesn't count toward my 3 chapters because I basically read through Proverbs, I don't even know how many times in the year. And there were several days that I read a chapter of Psalms on top of Proverbs at lunch. These are a few things that happened this month because I read my Bible every day. My kids read their Bible. My husband read his Bible. We had some of the most amazing discussions. I read Genesis, Exodus, I read Matthew, all of Mark. I read what was that other chapter? I read some of Revelation. Rahab. Okay, so in the wall of Jericho. And when you're a busy mom and you do the same thing every day over and over, sometimes having those deep, heartfelt conversations that are just easy and they flow, sometimes that's kind of hard. Maybe not for you, but it is for me. Because it'll be
how was your day?
Good. How was your day?
Pretty good. What happened?
Same thing that happens every day. But this month, it was so great because, I'd be like, hey, did you know that Rahab? And I was like, isn't that so neat? Oh my gosh, I'm probably confusing you guys. I'm going to delete this out of here. My husband was able to talk to me about it and explain it. And I was just like, that is so cool. That's so interesting. I never thought of it like that before. I loved it. Highly recommend reading your Bible every day. And I highly recommend talking to your husband or your friend or your children or whatever about it. And I was able to talk to my kids at bedtime. My husband ended up talking to the kids about different things that we talked about that were just really interesting because obviously when you have a great conversation, you have to share it with your kids. The coolest thing though is my 9-year-old daughter has been reading her Bible every morning. Not because I'm making her, but because she wants to. She sees mommy reading hers. This was another part of the resolution. I decided I was going to read my Bible, my actual book. I wasn't going to read my Bible on my phone because the curriculum that me and my kids do is called Robinson Curriculum, and they highly recommend that you read real books in front of your kids all the time because it'll inspire your kids to love reading too if they see mommy and daddy reading and not reading on the Kindle and your phone, because I have the Kindle app on my phone and I tend to read books there sometimes. But so I decided when I made my resolution to read my Bible, I was going to actually pull out my book Bible and read it every day. So I put it on the mantle where I keep it and I pull it down every morning and read it. Yeah, it's been amazing. I feel like reading it from the hardcover book. As the kids wake up, sometimes they come down and I'm reading, and sometimes they come down and I'm done reading my Bible, and maybe my Bible will still be out, and Summer will say, Mom, did you read your Bible today? And I'll say, yeah, I did. Coral's been reading her Bible. I'll ask the kids sometimes, did you guys read your Bible today? And they all say yes. So that's something that I wasn't expecting. I am super stoked about it though. And another thing that's really cool is I look forward to it and don't dread it. I know that sounds bad, like who would dread reading the Bible? Obviously, no one would maybe say it out loud like I do, because it's just, you fight your flesh. You know, your flesh would rather look at Instagram, or, you know, maybe if you're on the TikTok, or I don't know, go read the news or turn on the TV or something like that. I told myself I wasn't going to let that happen. I wasn't going to allow myself to look at any social media, read anything else, look at any comments on my YouTube videos. Nothing until I read my Bible. Now, there's been a couple of days when I wake up and I'll have text messages, or I'll click on something and I've done it for a few seconds and then I'm like, nope, not breaking this habit. I'm doing too good, and I'll get out of it and I'll finish my Bible reading, and then I'll go to work and do all the things I need to do. So that's my January resolution. That's how it went. As the month was going on, I was like, oh, I'm going to do something different in February. Obviously, I am going to continue reading my Bible every day, just like I did in January, but now it's February. It's a new month, and I'm going to start a new thing in February, and it's going to be to walk every single day. It's February 4th, and I've only walked one day so far. Today it's raining. I know that I will get to walk today. I went for a walk yesterday. The first, I did my monthly grocery haul. So although it's not what I was expecting, I did get in all my steps. I walked around Sam's and I walked around Walmart for hours. My husband and I went on a date and we walked while we grocery shopping for all of our food in 1 month is a huge feat. It was also date day. So me and my husband went on a date that day. So I could keep naming excuses, but I can't think of any more. That's all the excuses I have. I didn't walk that day, but I did get my steps in, so that counted. And then the next day, my husband was getting ready to go out of town, so I ended up getting my steps in. I didn't go for like an official walk. So I say all that to say, I am officially gonna try to go for a walk every day with the kids. When I did make the walk the other day, I went with 6 kids. Going for a walk all by yourself, it's hard enough to get yourself out there to do it, but when you have to bring along, I won't say drag because they were more than ready to go, all the kids with you, it's like a whole different ball game. Trying to keep them from getting run over, and getting their knees skinned and making sure they're appropriate, you know, and have on pants and shoes. We did that, and I'm gonna do that every day, but I'm also gonna be graceful and realize that I do have a lot of little ones, and if I can't go for an official walk that day, I'm gonna make sure that I get my steps in. So the other day, I was trying to get my steps in on the day that I didn't get to go for a walk, and I was at the kitchen table talking to my daughter, and I was like, walking in place to try to get my steps in. There are ways to stay active. My goal is to walk. I pray that's how it's going to be. So that's what my goal for February is. I haven't even thought ahead to March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. All I know is I'm on to something. So this is my idea. I'll let you guys know at the end of every month how my resolution goes. So far, February, it's easy for me to say it hasn't been going great because it's the 4th and I've only walked once, officially walked like up and down the street, but it's going to get better. I know it will. The beginning of January was hard too, those first 3 or 4 days when I was trying to get into the swing of it, but it got better and it got easier. What do you guys think about this? I mean, isn't this revolutionary instead of a yearly resolution? Because that's kind of big and overwhelming for some, and maybe you can't keep up with something, but think about it. A new habit starts after 21 days of doing the same thing and a month. We have 12 of those. Like, what if at the end of this year, I have 12 new habits? 12 new, like, amazing habits. 12 new, like, pivotal changing points for my life. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing for you if you did that? So I highly recommend that you just pick something today. Pick something today. It's only the 4th. Who cares if you just start today or maybe tomorrow? And just do it. There's still 21 days left this month to form a new habit. And then you can have 11 new things to do this year. I have no idea what I'm going to choose the rest of the year. All I know is it's going to be good and have plenty of time to think about it. And I'm going to keep reading my Bible. And I feel like that's ingrained a new habit. And I'm just going to keep on keeping on and trying to better myself and become a better person and a better wife and a better mother. I hope this video inspired you, even though it was kind of wobbly. I'm just holding the phone with my hand, and I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below on what you thought about it, and I'll see you in the next one. But yeah. And anyway, yeah, what did I read? Not, I got distracted. And anyway, and so yeah, waiting for the kids to get out of the bathtub because it's nap time. It's like 12:30 and they wanted to play outside, and I said, don't get muddy, and they said, okay. And when I went out to tell them to come in, they couldn't even walk in the house. They were so muddy. That is my fault. Lesson learned. You can't send a 3- and 5-year-old out in the rain, or else they're gonna get muddy, even if they didn't mean to.